Just gonna show everybody where I am. Figured I'd do a quick 5-10 minute video, kind of just like origin story, some stuff I've been thinking about as far as music. Really, most about music. This is my old bedroom. This is where Yankee Doodle Dandy is buried. Like years ago when I was like actually homeless. I know I look completely homeless right now, but I'm not. I'm making the choice to live out of my car, but I am recently unemployed. But I'm also waiting on an inheritance, so I'm not stressing too bad. Biggest thing is just like figuring out where to shower. But this is a historical landmark, and yeah, I've played music here a few times. I was gonna make a recording just because I can tag the fucking cemetery in the video. I was like, well, I might as fucking well. So I'm trying to find a place to. All right, we'll just do here. What the fuck? Can't see me because of the sun. Probably better. Uh, shit. Yeah. Anyway, I'll just lean back. Hi. I was thinking about a couple things. I've been busking. Finally, just got nice enough to fucking do it. Finally, revitalizing like all my music projects and songs and shit. I didn't start off as a guitar player, bass player for years, mainly in metal bands actually. So yeah, weird that I play these acousticy things now. I was in another band from this area. It was the first time I was in a non-metal band as a bass player. I mean, long story short, the guitar player pissed me off enough where I was like, you know what, bro? I can write better songs than you. I'm going to just pick up a guitar. Like, I'm not doing this back and forth weirdness of, oh, should we get back together, man? It was like, why don't you just stop being an ass? But, some people let fear dominate them. And, in my own sense, in a different way, nothing to do with, I have to be in that band. I let fear dominate me, really pursuing my passions and doing what's going to make me happy in life and actually like fighting for those things and actually putting forth the effort I want all the people around me to make. See, I like right now I got like 2 people I'm playing with, and it's hard to find people who take it serious. Most people want to treat it like a hobby. Just dream about being a rock star, motherfucker. You got to treat it like a job. And then maybe you'll become a rock star, and like to even get that low percentage chance. But I know I got it. I know I got what other people have got. The last week busking, man, I've met some really incredible people. So think about this. So to go platinum is to sell 1 million records, right? Back when you could buy records. But to go diamond is 10 million. Now I did the percentage with my boy Julian, who's going to be on some of these videos, and you may have seen us playing out together. Where we got like 350 million, 300 million. I just did the base number of 300 million, but I know we got 300 million, right? At least in America, right? So for me to sell 10 million records, I just got to get 3% of the population to like my shit. And so I was like, if I can get 3% of the people like me while I'm busking, and I've gotten a higher percentage than that so far. Even if they don't completely like the music, but they just like want to, connect with an artist, or they're an artist themselves and connecting with other people. And, I have a lot of goals in this. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I want you guys to, throw me a buck if you can spare it, help me get a burrito at Taco Bell. But like, I'm not doing crack or fucking heroin or anything crazy. I barely even smoke weed anymore, and I just quit cigarettes because, cigarettes cost more than anything, and it kills you. But, really it comes down to, like, follow my page, follow my bands. Like, long term, that's the goal. Like, yeah, in the short term, having a burrito is great, but, like, rather be able to buy a Taco Bell and make money off of it. You know what I mean? And how do you do that? Got to build the brand. So I'm building like Venmo and all those things, Cash App, so people could help out the band, which for the most part is me right now. I've been playing with another guy. He's good. He's got his own songs too that we can work with, which is nice. Really good dude. His name's Seth. you know, I've been working with Julian. It's kind of like a revitalization of the band we were doing prior, which is still Total Loss. But we had different guitarists we were working with. But yeah, you know, I think one of the most amazing things is the people I've been able who actually, you know, take the time to just like interact with another human being. People are so fucking afraid of each other, man. They really are. And I noticed something once I started putting up a sign. My sign doesn't even ask for money. It just says support local art. Follow us at blah blah. You know, Total Lost Band on YouTube and Instagram. And now that there's a sign there, now people really ignore the shit out of it because they think the sign's going to say, I need money, please help me. And they think I'm just some bum on drugs, which is funny. I had nothing there, and then they just started throwing dollars. And like, I was making like 20, 30, 40 bucks in like 2-3 hours. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I'm going to do this all the time. But, yesterday I, met this dude, Paulie. Me and Julian exchanged info with him, and he ended up doing just an off the cuff. I told him about, the subject matter and the story of like Madison and all that stuff. Just a brief. And dude, he like tore it up real quick. I was like, fuck. And like, he told me that, it's been a while. He kind of, given up on his own music shit. And like, if I can help inspire someone to get back in their shit, even if they're better than me and they're more successful, good, then I helped the world not miss that. You know what I mean? But, and I saw somebody playing yesterday when I was going to meet up with Julian, go over by the Palace. And, that's awesome to see. And, I'd love to see a huge art scene just develop out in Norwalk. We have so much potential for growth. And I think a lot of people, the biggest thing is, you're from a place nobody's really ever heard of before, and you're just like, well, who the fuck am I to make it? Where the percentage is so low, why even try? Well, the reason the percentage is probably so low is because so many motherfuckers, just like you, just like I was at some point, are just like, well, why? I can't. How could it possibly? One of the most successful bands of all time, Nickelback, is from a town of like 1,500 people in bumblefuck nowhere, Canada. That's literally an hour away from the next town, which is coincidentally, Julian's from a very similar place. But yeah, how did he end up in Newark? I don't know. How did we all meet? Everything happens for a reason, and we shouldn't be afraid of art. We shouldn't be afraid of sharing art with each other, whether it be music, drawing, writing. Does anybody read anymore? Just me? Okay, shit. We're doomed. But, I think the most important thing is that, we encourage each other to believe in the things that we love and the things we actually are passionate about. And I believe if we really engage more in the things that we're passionate about, and don't get me wrong, there are people who are passionate about building homes, who are passionate about building gardens, who are passionate about building a cemetery, who are passionate about all this types of stuff. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be a fucking rock star. You could be the rock star of stonemasonry and, find something that fulfills your heart. And that's why I left the restaurant industry, man. That shit is a fucking killer. It's just a bunch of motherfucking weak-egoed, scared, narcissistic fucks abusing each other because the fucking industry abuses us. And, it's just, no fucking glory. Dude, I could outcook every fucking chef. Dudes with 20 years plus more than me. I fucking outdo them all the time. What did it fucking matter? And do the girls at the bar care? Listen, I haven't showered in a couple of weeks because I haven't had the ability to. And I'm getting more female attention than I ever got as a chef. I'm like, am I doing the Motley Crue challenge right now? And for those of you who don't know, they had a competition with each other to see how long they could go without showering and still fuck a fan. Not that you have to sleep with me to like my music. Actually, I'm probably not going to want to sleep with anyone. It's not what this is about. It's not about being cool. Like, my heart is fulfilled after I play a show or when I play music for someone. That's me, and I'm proud of my art. And I think that's another important factor. You got to believe, even if you ain't there. You just got to be Kanye about it. And that's why I'm trying to push this shit now. I'm just like, I don't even have the songs completed. I don't even have the band. I'm just like, everybody start listening now because when it comes, it's gonna fucking come. But yeah, shout out to everybody who's engaged about the band and asking questions. I guess I just end real quick. So the origin of the name, because I know like with like my situation now is like, oh, total loss. They lost every. No, no. Well, I mean that's the implicate. It's part of the double entendre. But so I had lost my car during there's flooding all over Bridgeport. I was on my way to work, and I happened to have my old guitar player with me. This is before we had a band name. We were coming up with so many dumb ideas. And, yeah, I just remember I was like, I'm going to take this road so I don't have to go through that huge puddle. It's going to kill my car. Road I went on had like 200 feet of water, drowned my car. So I called the New Canaan Auto Body where I used to get all my car work done. And the guy just like I pick up, and like started asking me questions like, "Oh yeah, total loss, just total loss." And anytime I'd ask him something, he's just like, "Yeah, just tell him total loss, just total loss." And so we were hanging up the phone. I was like, "Yeah, just like a reflection of life. Yeah, it's just a fucking total loss." And then I like just stopped for a second. I was like, "That's it." And I called Kevin, and I was like, "Dude, I got it." But there's gonna be a lot to come. And as long as I keep one foot in front of the other, it's going to keep coming. And that's what I'm most excited about right now. So, thank you for anybody who watched this. I know it's probably easier to watch the songs, but like, let's see if they're any good, and like, who gives a fuck what he has to say, but, hey, hopefully somebody, finds it interesting, finds something they like or can identify with, or really ultimately, hopefully some inspiration to be like, yo, look at this fucking loser, and look at how loser he looks. Why am I not trying to be a rock star? I look better than this guy. My music sounds better than this guy. Fuck this guy. I should go back. Not that you said, but you should support every artist, whether you like them or not. I mean, the guy I walked by, one guy I walked by who's playing his guitar and vocal. It's not my style of music, but I was happy to see him there. I want people to support him. I hope people like him. It doesn't have to be my cup of tea, but anyway. It's been awesome. It's been awesome. So yeah, gonna try to drop music content as much as I can. Bass parts, separate parts, other things until we have a finally recorded package. So that's probably more time off than I'd like to have, but hey man, you can't rush perfection. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys out there while I'm playing. Be awesome.